Hello. Okay. We'll wait for a few more people to join. Okay, we'll start at 05. All right, let's just begin. Um, right. Um, so, Hi. So welcome to the briefing. My name is Teddy. So a little bit about me. I graduated NUS High with high distinction, and I've just finished my master's and bachelor's in mathematics in Trinity College, Cambridge, where I ranked third, and I will be starting my PhD in physics at Oxford this year. So I was an I was an International Physics Olympiad gold medalist in 2017 and the silver medalist for the Asian Physics Olympiad that year. And gold medalist for the Singapore Physics Olympiad, which is what we're talking about today, and the SJPO, which comes before that. I also won silver medals for SYPT and for SSCF, so you can ask me about that as well. SSCF leads to the A-star talent search, which I was third place. All right. So, as an overview, you have SGPO, which goes up to year 4, and then SPhO, which goes up to year 5, because there's no point taking year. It doesn't lead to anything in year 6. So in the past, you could take SPhO in year 4, but I heard that it is now no longer the case for some. I'm not exactly sure, but I heard it's no longer the case. But you have this new competition, which is the European Physics Olympiad. And also, as you know, there's some other Olympiads like the Daya Olympiads and things like that. The Asian Physics Olympiad, International Physics Olympiad only happens in year 6. And yeah, so you only have one chance to go for it. You can also do SYPT and IYPT, and then also SSCF and ISCF. I think year 3 onwards. So this is what we're looking at. We have this SPhO, which is in October, November, which leads to the national team. So if you're year 4, and SJPO Gold, it used to be a case that you could take the SPhO, but it would not lead to anything. And I've also heard that in RI you are no longer allowed to do this. So in RI only year 5s can take SPhO. So regardless, everyone from year, well, everyone, selected people from year 4 will be able to get selected, like take the test to get selected for the European Physics Olympiad. And I think this is nominated by school, which would basically nominate you based on your SJPO results. So yeah, so you'll get to go for this in year 5, the start of next year. And if you're in year 5 and you're in your school Olympiad team, you will take the SPhO in October, November of year 5. And the top 30 will go to national team, which is approximately silver, some bronze, depends on the year. But yeah, it's the same size as the math one. So you make it to a national team, which have training from January to March. And then you have a selection. So it's possible that the top 5 of the selection will go to International Physics Olympiad, and the next 8 will go to the Asian Physics Olympiad. But this changes every year. So in my year, it was top 3 goes to IFO, and then the next 2 goes to AFO, and then selects the top 2 from the next 8 goes to AFO, and then select the top 2 into IFO. I think the numbers, they change it up every year. But in any case, I think it is now exclusive, so you cannot go to both. Although the policy does change. So I did go to both because I qualified for AFO only, and then I was the top in the Singapore team, so I was selected for IFO. So the SPhO format now is 2 papers, each 2 hours, which has 50 marks, 5 questions, and they seem to be equal in difficulty. And basically, the point about this is just that it covers all topics in what I would say is standard detail. So it's not too complicated. It's just the test of whether you know every formula and every topic. And it's mostly a test of accuracy. So the topics are So the white ones are the same as SPhO, but the yellow ones are new. Okay, so in thermodynamics, we do now have statistical physics and probability distributions. And you also have special relativity, nuclear stuff, nuclear decay, and what I call semi-classical quantum theory, which is basically applying a few quantum concepts to classical mechanics, basically for electrons orbiting hydrogen and things like that. So it's not too difficult. You just need to know the new formulas. So the class I'm intending to have is Saturday, 4:30 to 6:30, at the price of $35 an hour, and the schedule comes out every 2 months, and we'll just do past papers. So I've now obtained past papers all the way up to 2023. And if you go further, I can have a look. I've also obtained an experimental paper, so I can explain that to you as well. Yeah, and we can also, if you wish, we can also have lectures and review for these topics. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Do you guys have any questions? What is probability distribution? So, yeah, it is. So in this case, it is only the Maxwell distribution, because it will not be too complicated. But that's the only distribution you have in equilibrium physics. So, they'll give you the Maxwell distribution for speed, and you have to calculate things like average speed, average energy, and so on. Nuclear decay. So in terms of nuclear decay, it is almost always that they will give you the reactions. They will give you certainly the start product and end product, and you have to figure out how many neutrons and electrons you get. And then you have to calculate the mass, you have to calculate the difference energy, you have to calculate the decay rate. So, so you know the exponentially decaying formula, and then it may be that you have to chain multiple decays together. So you need to come up with a composite formula for like A decays to B decays to C. You don't need to know any chemical elements or reactions. They will give it to you. You just need to know how to solve the exponential and differential equations. Yeah, I should write. So I've passed your papers up to 2023, which we will be doing. And given that in the past I've done past papers up to 2019 with you guys, with some students, I think we'll just start with the new ones. Because it is quite long. I mean, if it takes 4 hours to do in practice, it takes more than 4 hours to explain. So yeah. You see Sam? Yeah, sure. You can see the paper itself. So I've now obtained 2023. So mechanics, electricity. Okay, it's not in paper 1. Paper 2, mechanics, interference. Yes. So this is statistical physics. Are you guys seeing the screen? So this is from 2023 paper. So they give you this this is the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. because all you're probably ever doing is just energy is half of mv squared. Sometimes though they will ask you to consider rotational energy as well. Right? Does that make sense? Let me show you a nuclear one. Oh yeah, so this is what I mean by semi-classical quantum. So the way they want you to do the problem is it's just classical physics. So there will be it's just conservation of momentum, energy, that kind of thing. But the formulas you need to use are the quantum formulas, which you need to remember. I believe it's the same day. I think it's just morning and afternoon. Where's the decay one? So you have special relativity as well. Let's find the decay one from 2022. Oh, it's the answer. It is in paper one. It always gets mixed up. Maybe it's in, yeah, so it used to be a 3 hour or 3.5 hour paper for like 10 to 12 questions. They basically just cut it in half and increase the time. Okay. I saw decay somewhere. Oh yeah, okay, so I found it. So this is the decay question. Right, so it's not really the chemical stuff, it's the solving differential equations idea. So you need to write down the differential equation and solve it. Well, in this case, you don't have to solve it because they solved it for you, but you have to know what's the formulation here. Okay, so I would say if you're in year 3, you're in so it's good to prepare for this. If you're in year 4, you're also welcome to join. I would suggest if you're in year 1 to 3, you should probably focus on math instead, because you can't take the SPhO anyway. All right, any questions? Okay, so also if you disagree with the time, you can let me know. But the thing is, I need to fit all my classes onto Saturday, so it's a bit packed, and this is basically the only time unless I move the other classes around. Yeah. Um, um, yeah, so this is Kepler's laws, the orbit speed booster thing, elliptical, all the elliptical orbits. I guess that's the new one because you don't do elliptical orbits in uh SJPL. So in this sense, everything is tested. Anything you can think of is tested, but not very deeply. So as long as you know the formulas, you're fine. All right. If you're happy with this, then that's it for today. So we'll send out sign up for the class later. It will be Saturday, 4:30 to 6:30. When does it start? So I'm hoping to start in about 2 weeks' time. Um, Depends on obviously as soon as like enough people sign up, we can start next week. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I think probably in 2 weeks' time. Okay, all right. So if you have no other questions, I'm gonna stop sharing now. Okay. Uh, I can also take questions in Chinese if you want. All right. Have a good day. Yeah, and I'll we'll send out the sign up soon. Okay, bye.